Y'all, the message that has been coming to me all this morning is so intense. I can't even sit down for this one. I can't even sit down for this one. I don't know if y'all can feel this, but there's a huge division coming. It's already here, actually. And technically, we're at the end of it. But this is a division of where the chaff and the wheat is really being separated. This is a division of those who were called versus those who are chosen. Because the thing is, many are called, but few are chosen. And the thing that makes you chosen is when you hear the call, you heed the call. In 2024, everybody, and I mean everybody, was getting instructions from God, from source, right? Everybody was getting instructions on what they need to do, what they need to let go, who they need to let go of, what shifts they need to make, what things they need to start cleaning up in their environment, things they need to close out, and things they need to get rid of in their houses and in their relationships and within their finances, and things they need to close out. Every single person was getting instructions, everybody. And whether you heed those instructions or whether you didn't, 2025 will reflect your obedience or your disobedience. And we're already seeing it. It started in December 2024, where depending on if you've been heeding the call that God has been telling you literally since 2020. But in 2024, God was very clear. On top of that, it was circumstances and things that were happening to redirect you. And if your mind state was in fear and scarcity and lack and just being comfortable in what you're familiar with, if you were saying, hey, I want a different job. I don't want to do what I'm continuing to do. I want to do something different. Hey, I want different relationships. Hey, I want to make money this way. Hey, I want to look and feel different in my body. Yet, you did not do the work to shift into what you wanted. It's becoming to the point of where energetically you're being stuck in whatever dimension you chose to be in. So therefore, if you were living in scarcity and being comfortable and refusing to do the work that you knew you were supposed to do, it's almost like you're going to be stuck there energetically. You've chosen which side you wanted to be on. You thought you were going to be able to sit in the gray, and 2025 is showing that's a no. The people who were already not doing well, they're going to get worse. And the people who were doing what they needed to do and were doing pretty decent and good and were being obedient to what they needed to do, they're going to get better. We're going to see a big division between people doing really bad and people doing really well. And all of it depended on, were you obedient to what God told you to do? And if you were not, then you have to reap the consequences of your actions or inaction. So I know in 2024, it was a lot. However, I was very obedient, even when it hurt, even when I was on my last dollar and trying to figure out how I was going to get something else. 2024, honey, was tough. And really since 2020, spiritually energetic, honey, I've been feeling like I've been being dog walked. However, I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. I'm doing better than I've ever done. And it's just getting better and better for me. And I'm seeing people, and the thing is, like I said, many are called. I'm seeing people that have excellent potential, the highest potential, people that are gifted, people that you know are anointed and called for great things. But the fact that they chose not to be obedient, they will be in the crowd of those who are suffering, those who are not doing well. Because while they were called and they had all the giftings, remember, giftings and callings are without repentance. If we're talking to, I'm going back to the Christian doctrine. Gifts and callings are without repentance. Mean those are things that you've been given. Now, whether you choose to heed the call and be obedient and get in alignment with what is for you, that is your choice. It is your free will. And if you chose not to do that, then you're just going to be gifted and anointed while you're suffering. And that's unfortunate. I really feel like specifically for January, like this is wrapping up. This is the close all ends. This is what you were doing, the work and the things you were doing since 2020 to 2024. This is the wrap up. I just feel this energetically. So this is the message. So you got a few more days before January wrap up to hopefully start something. Hopefully you was already in the process, because I'm telling you, I feel this stronger than I've ever felt this before. Y'all about to see something like y'all have never seen before. And some people y'all gonna see doing really well, and some people y'all gonna see doing really bad. And for my people who are doing really well, my people who are very giving and open-hearted and kind, God has already given y'all the message in 2024 to shut that on down. And to give all your energy, your attention, and your time to yourself. God has already directed you to not cast your pearls before swine. It sounds harsh, but God has already told you those who refuse to take accountability for themselves, those who refuse to help themselves, those who don't really want to do the work, you're not to give them anything. Because now you're just feeding and giving into darkness, a system of fear, and a system of people feeding off of you as narcissists and energetic vampires. Therefore, you're supporting systems of darkness. When you're giving to people and enabling them to be lazy, irresponsible, and not accountable for their life, you're feeding into darkness. You're feeding into systems of entitlement, systems that feed off of the people who are doing the work. And if you are giving into those systems and those people who refuse to do their work and refuse to get in alignment, you will reap the consequences of that as well. And you will be in the poorhouse with them as well. It's the same ideal of you work hard and yet you're giving your money to a crackhead to buy crack. That's not proper giving. That is not helping anyone. It's taken from you and it's enabling them to stay into systems that's not helping them. So please heed the word. Please heed the word. People that's been obedient, continue to do the work, continue to move how you're supposed to move, continue to keep your energy within, because that's the energy, that's the life force that's going to use to rocket you to levels that you've never seen. And if you're allowing that to be leached out specifically upon people who are not doing the work, you're going to find yourself needing the help as well.